So the idea is that inside this board, you have the classic Arduino board talking to a small Linux machine with Wi-Fi and Ethernet and power over Ethernet. So the idea is that you can actually decide which part of the board does part of the work. So all the kind of difficult job of doing Wi-Fi connections and actually interacting with websites, it's very hard from a regular Arduino to be able to make a connection maybe to Facebook and do some, I don't know, maybe post an update on it because you have the whole authentication, XML, JSON, so everything it's hard to do on a small processor. So we do it on the Linux side. And so we developed this library in the classic Arduino style. We don't just make hardware and dump it on the market. We just say, we build a library that makes it easy for people to use this thing without actually knowing anything about Linux. So the way you use this, you just connect with your browser, you can configure it through the browser, and then you have a library on the Arduino side called Bridge that basically talks to Linux and tells Linux what to do. So while we were developing this, I came across this great company which is based in New York called Tembu. And I want to invite Jean-Baptiste and Trisha to come. They are the founders of Tembu. So what Tembu does is they provide you like a single point of access to hundreds of different APIs. And what they did, they integrated Arduino. So from their website, you can choose which kind of API you want to interact with, like Facebook, for example. You select Arduino unit, bang, you get code ready to paste into Arduino, press a button, and you're online. So, I just wanted to introduce you so that you can say hello to the Arduino community. Tell us how's been the experience of working with the Arduino users.
So, we've been working with the Arduino team over the last few months to make it really, really easy for people to connect to hundreds of web services, anything from Facebook to FedEx. And we've watched over the last 10 days what's been happening with the first few users. What's really nice to see is we're seeing some of the first users get up and running successfully from sign up to running their first processes on Tembu within 8 minutes. So I think what we have here is a library that gives you and users tons of possibilities, lets everyone be creative, and very, very easy to use. So we're really looking forward to seeing what everyone's going to make with it. Thank you.
Cool. Yeah, because also a lot of people are talking about the Internet of Things, and we're obviously interested in that topic. But from the Arduino point of view, what we are interested in always is reduce the friction. So reduce the amount of effort that you need in order to be up and running. So I can see sometimes online some instructions say, oh, this is very easy, and then there's like a tutorial that's, as long as the Empire State Building. And it's like, okay, maybe that's not easy. While this thing, 8 minutes from sign up to connecting to a service like Facebook, this code posts an update on the Facebook page. So the only thing you need to put in is your Tembu credentials, and you're up and running. So we're going to be doing more and more stuff with Tembu. I just wanted to, everybody to see who's behind. And also, if you go to the Arduino booth, there's a few people working for Tembu that are going to show you how this whole thing works, so you can experience it firsthand. So thank you for now. So the other thing we've been working on for quite a while, and we sort of managed to finally sort of get to a point where it's ready to be used, is a lot of people have asked us, I'm making something based on Arduino, but I'm not using an Arduino board. I'm using your technology and placing it inside my product. And I would like people to know that I'm using Arduino, but also I would like people to know that I'm contributing back to Arduino, because obviously a bunch of people are free to use the Arduino designs and embed them in their food processors or whatever they're making. But some people really want to show, I'm supporting the open source hardware spirit, and I'm giving back to Arduino. So we came up with this idea that if Arduino is at the heart of your project, there should be something you can place on your product to really, have this indication for whoever believes in open source hardware, understand that there is this connection between us and these companies, or even individual makers. So we came up with this thing called the Arduino at Hub. So you will see this logo show up in different things. And the idea is really to, companies or makers that believe that in open hardware, we can grow all together, or we can help each other. And so this branding is now available. We spent a lot of time working out all the legals and everything else. And so I can announce a couple of companies have joined this project already. So the first one is Little Bits, and I have to thank them because they're the first ones. We love what they do, so they're going to make a bit for their system that has the Arduino technology in it. And they were super, super patient and nice with us. They're going to go through the first debugging of the contract, because when you build contracts, you debug them, like when you debug software. And the second one is Smart Citizen, I'll tell you in a second. So, you all know Little Bits, so they're the best kit to learn about electronics that you can use with your kids. And so I think the addition of a module, they can be programmed with Arduino. So I want to thank Paul and Aya from Little Bits to being patient and being friends of Arduino. And another project that is going to join this project, this branding, is Smart Citizen. So this is a small company from Barcelona. They made this Kickstarter, and this is a Wi-Fi node that actually collects environmental information and pushes it then to an open source cloud they developed. And so, again, we work with them, we help them with their Kickstarter. So one of the benefits is that if you're making a product which is derived from Arduino, and you want to join this program, if you tell us before you do the Kickstarter, we can, as part of this, we will obviously help you with the Kickstarter. We are going to advertise what you're doing. We're going to help you reach your goal much faster. And you will have a chance to show that you're not just ripping off on the Arduino name, but you're actually kind of collaborating and building together. The open hardware movement can continue only if we collaborate and we build upon each other's work. So I think this is something quite important. I've only spent a minute on it, but it's hugely important. And again, we're experimenting because everybody wants to, in a way, use the Arduino name on what they do, and we're trying to figure out ways where we can make it simpler for people to understand what things are Arduino, what are the companies that are supporting the Arduino project, and who are the sort of communities, the online communities or physical communities. So we also came up with this thing called the Arduino community logo, which we are launching today. And I want to call Zoe. I just want to introduce you to Zoe Romano. She's the social media manager of Arduino. And then Shai Giorgio, come over. So this is Giorgio. So he's the guy who designs all the graphics, the packaging, all the beautiful stuff that you see in Arduino. It's all coming from the brain of this amazing man and the work of this amazing woman. So, so we're very excited about this project because we're giving a logo that you can, if you're doing something with the community, which is technically, non-commercial, but you want to say, I'm associated with Arduino as an open source project, we give you this logo. But the thing that we tried out, Georgia was a bit, unsure at the beginning, but it's an experiment. We let you customize the logo. So you can add your own branding to the logo. So for example, if you are the New York, Brooklyn, whatever Arduino user group, you can add your name here in the custom area. So we can sort of, you're part of the big Arduino open source community, and you can add your own name to it. And because more and more people have been asking, how can I brand my community on G+, or
Facebook, Twitter, or your blog, do you want to show that you are one of the part of this?
So this way is gonna, we can allow people to use this particular Arduino logo on whatever they want, which is a community activity. And I think also this is important for people to be able to. Because the community is an important part of what we do. We work with communities. I don't know if you heard in one of the many presentations I made, but the two main offices that Arduino has, one in Italy, one in Sweden, and shortly in India as well. Our offices are also makerspaces and fab labs. So we share our office with people that come and work with us. So we kind of embed ourselves with the community, and we work tightly with the communities around the world. And while these guys are here, I also want to touch another subject, which is We don't talk a lot about the websites, and we don't actually show a lot of what's going on the website, but this is a screenshot from Google Analytics. This is June, in sort of mid of September. We chose a kind of quarter, which is actually not that busy because the month of August is very, very slow. And actually, there are 4 million people who go on the Arduino website. They went on the Arduino website between the 1st of June and sort of last week. So that's a lot of people. What is important is also that 66% of these people are returning visitors, so they're coming back to the website. So we have 41 million, almost 42 million page views. That's a lot of page views. But also the interesting thing is that we analyzed is that people spend at least 6 minutes on the website. That's a long time for a website, to be on the website. And also, one of the things that I wanted to show is that, apart from the main website, the forum and playground is the wiki that anybody can edit and put their content on. The interesting thing is that those two, plus the blog, they amount to something like about 14 million page views are of community-related activities. So one of the things that we started doing with Giorgio, and a lot of work from Zoe as well, is to redesign the Arduino website, because we made it, we kind of fixed it. We changed the look and feel 3 years ago, and it sort of sucked. So every time I open the browser and look into the website, oh my God. So I decided that we had to have a big project, but since all of us are interaction designers as a background, we couldn't really just fix the website. We had to do it properly. So we did a study, Giorgio did a study on different kinds of uses of the website and how we can change the way the website is. So we want to show you a little preview of how the website will start to look like in a few weeks' time. So let's see if the live demo works. Hopefully. So I want to show you some things that are cached on the computer. But the idea is that we're going to change the way the website works to make it more, let me see if I can squeeze this page a little bit. Yeah, so the idea is that the website is going to be a lot more user-centric. So it's going to be around the people who are on the website. So apart from having your profile, you can connect your Tengu account, you can edit all your personal information. But also here you see a section called projects and tutorials. So we launched a new website, which we are beta testing right now, called Scuola, where you can capture tutorials of different kinds. And here's a tutorial on the Yun. And the idea is that you can associate your tutorials to your profile, but you can also, well, great. So the idea is that you can also associate projects. So we're going to provide you with a way to kind of store some of your Arduino sketches on the website, associate them to your sketches, and then you can actually share them. So we're going to try now, let's see if magically, whoa, okay, so this is a small preview of how the sort of code viewer, which at some point becomes a code editor, where you can see your project, you can actually store schematics and the layout of your circuit over here. If you want, you can create new projects. And then you have a share button, where you can actually share the code, and you can embed it. And if we are lucky, I can actually show you how the embedding looks like. Fingers crossed. Okay, that was good. So this is how the embedding will look like. So the idea is that you can start associating your sketches with your profile. There will be a connection between the IDE that you download and you use and the website, so you can synchronize. You can edit your code. And also, now the Arduino Yun has Wi-Fi on board and can be reprogrammed over the network. So one of the next steps is really to connect the code that you have online with your Yun, so you can reprogram them from wherever they are. So slowly, in the next few weeks, these changes are going to go live. The website is going to be a lot more readable. It's going to be a unified experience, and it's going to be around the people, what they do, and their connections. So this is just a small preview, but there's a lot more cool stuff that Giorgio and the guys who work for Arduino are doing. And yeah, so we did a lot of work at really analyzing what kind of people use the Arduino website. This is just a screenshot from a big study that Giorgio did on the kind of people who go on the website, what they do. We interviewed people. So we think the new website is going to be amazing. The last thing I want to say before I close this short update is that Arduino is heavily involved, and heavily involved in organizing this Maker Faire in Rome, which is designed to be the first Europe-wide Maker Faire. So we invited people from all over Europe. We have 200 makers. We have a conference on the 3rd of October. We have Education Day. We have 2 days of crazy Maker Faire. So as soon as we're done with the Maker Faire, we're flying back to Europe, and we're going to be in 2 weeks. So if you're free in 2 weeks from now, come to Rome. I mean, it's, I don't think anybody needs to be convinced to go and have a short visit to Rome. But it's going to be, I guess, the most amazing Maker Faire ever made in Europe. So I think you should, if you can, you should show up. So, if you can, I haven't said you have to. The ones who can, will see an amazing. And we have big news. We are going to announce them in Rome. So if you want to hear the big news. Okay, so thank you for coming. This has been amazing as usual. And yeah.